However, in these areas, they are considered invasive species because they compete with native birds and sometimes damage local fruit crops. The red-vented bulbul in particular has been listed among the world's 100 worst invasive alien species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Despite their charm, their presence in non-native ecosystems can lead to unintended consequences. One lesser-known fact is that bulbuls can mimic the sounds of other birds or environmental noises. Though they are not as skilled at mimicry as birds like the mockingbird or lyrebird, they can still incorporate outside sounds into their repertoire. This trait is sometimes encouraged in captive birds, especially in regions where bulbuls are kept for their singing ability. In some cultures, bulbuls have deep symbolic significance. In Persian literature, the bulbul, sometimes translated as nightingale, is a symbol of love, passion, and poetic inspiration. In Indian folklore and poetry, the bird often symbolizes joy, vitality, and the natural rhythms of life. Their songs are considered spiritual and uplifting, and many people believe that hearing a bulbul sing in the morning brings good fortune. Because of their friendly nature, bulbuls have also become popular in the pet trade, especially in Southeast Asia. Because of their ability to sing, they are often kept in cages. However, this practice is controversial and discouraged by conservationists who advocate for the protection of wild bird populations and their habitats. Bulbuls are resilient birds, but like many species, they face threats from habitat destruction, pollution, and trapping. Urban expansion, pesticide use, and climate change all pose challenges to their survival. Yet their adaptability gives them a fighting chance, and in many cities across Asia, they're still a common and cheerful presence. If you're ever traveling in countries like India, Thailand, or Sri Lanka, you'll likely encounter bulbuls hopping through gardens, singing from treetops, or foraging in fruit markets. Even in a crowd of birds, their jovial personalities and lyrical songs make them stand out. In the end, the bulbul isn't just another songbird. It's a living melody wrapped in feathers, a tiny creature with a big voice and a warm heart. Whether you admire it for its music, its curious behavior, or its cultural symbolism, the bulbul is one bird that stays with you long after it's gone. They use their voices not just for attracting mates but also to mark territory, communicate with others, and signal alarm when danger approaches. In fact, scientists who study bird communication often find bulbuls to be fascinating subjects because of their flexibility and creativity in vocalization. Bulbuls are diurnal, which means they are active during the day and rest at night. During daylight hours, they spend most of their time foraging for food, interacting with their mates or flock members, and singing. They tend to avoid dense forests and prefer open woodlands, gardens, agricultural fields, and urban parks where fruiting trees and shrubs are available. Their diet is largely made up of fruits like figs, papayas, bananas, and berries. However, they also eat insects, small invertebrates, flower nectar, and occasionally seeds. This omnivorous diet allows them to thrive in a variety of habitats, from remote forests to city backyards. Their preference for fruit also makes them natural seed dispersers, which contributes positively to local ecosystems, though in agricultural areas, they can sometimes be seen as pests due to their fondness for crops. Bulbuls form monogamous pairs, and both parents participate in raising the young. Their nests are often built in low shrubs, hedges, or small trees. The nest is typically a cup-shaped structure made from twigs, grasses, and sometimes human-made materials like bits of plastic or string. The female lays 2 to 4 eggs, which are incubated for about 12 to 14 days. After hatching, the chicks are fed by both parents until they are ready to fledge, usually within 2 to 3 weeks. Interestingly, bulbuls show strong site fidelity, meaning they often return to the same nesting or feeding grounds year after year. This behavior is especially noticeable in semi-urban environments where they become accustomed to human presence. In some parts of Asia, people even form emotional bonds with neighborhood bulbuls, watching them return to the same garden or courtyard season after season. Additionally, they are renowned for their playful nature. They enjoy hopping about, chasing each other through foliage, or playfully pecking at fruit. They have a social side and are often seen in pairs or small groups, chatting with each other through a variety of calls and chirps. Their expressive nature and inquisitive behavior make them fun to observe, even for casual birdwatchers. In places like Hawaii and Florida, bulbuls have been introduced and have adapted quite well. When bulbuls battle, the small bird with a big attitude. When it comes to birds that truly know how to make some noise, beautiful noise, the bulbul is right up there with the best of them. These vocal, spirited birds aren't just known for their sweet songs and bold personalities, they're also incredibly interesting when compared to other birds in their environment. Whether they're squaring off in the wild or out singing their neighbors, bulbuls bring a surprising mix of gentleness, cleverness, and courage to the avian battlefield. There are over 150 species of bulbuls across Asia, the Middle East, and parts of Africa, and they're known for their strong territorial nature. Though they're small, most measuring only around 7 to 9 inches long, they pack a punch when it comes to defending their space, chasing off intruders, or even challenging other species. Don't let their soft chirps fool you. Bulbuls are bold, sometimes confrontational, and not afraid to throw down when necessary. Let's start by comparing bulbuls with other common birds they often encounter. In regions like India, Sri Lanka, or Southeast Asia, they share territory with birds like mynas, sparrows, drongos, sunbirds, and sometimes crows. Among these, mynas are perhaps the most comparable when it comes to vocal strength and attitude. Mynas are louder and often more aggressive, but bulbuls are quicker, more agile, and smarter in flight. Despite the fact that they rarely prevail over larger birds head-to-head, bulbuls make up for this disadvantage with their tenacity. They'll chase a bigger bird from a food source if they feel it's within their rights. They're like feathered rebels, never looking for trouble, but not backing down either. One of the most notable confrontations in the bird world is between bulbuls and drongos. Drongos, known for their aerial acrobatics and mimicry skills, are clever and aggressive defenders of their nests. But bulbuls are not easily intimidated. During the nesting season, both birds are extremely territorial, and it's not uncommon to see aerial battles as they dart through the trees in rapid chases. Drongos often have the upper hand due to size and agility, but bulbuls show surprising grit and teamwork. Even if they don't win every aerial battle, they won't give up without a loud fight. In the fruiting season, when trees are heavy with berries or figs, bulbuls often square off with sunbirds. Sunbirds are smaller, sleeker, and faster, but bulbuls dominate through persistence. Their sturdy beaks give them an advantage when eating soft fruits, and they're not shy about guarding their favorite branches. A sunbird may attempt to flit in and grab a bite, but the bulbul's loud alarm call and lunging hops usually scare them off. It's not a violent conflict, but a constant battle of intimidation and quick reflexes. Sparrows, on the other hand, are more passive than bulbuls. Sparrows tend to avoid confrontation, despite their similar size and dietary preferences. In urban settings, bulbuls often take the top perch on a shrub or power line, claiming dominance over sparrows through posture and vocal display. Sparrows may form large flocks, but bulbuls carry themselves with confidence, as if they're always in charge of the situation. It's like watching an experienced street performer take center stage in a crowded crowd,